A cancer that targets one Chinese province? 80% of cases claimed here. Is it a myth or fact? Let's dig into the truth behind the Canton tumor, the only cancer named after a place globally. First, the shocking numbers. World Health Organization data shows nearly 50% of nasopharyngeal carcinoma cases worldwide are in China, with 60% concentrated in Guangdong. The 80% claim likely confuses to stats. 80% of global NPC clusters in South China and Southeast Asia, and Guangdong holds 60% of China's cases. Not 80% in one province, but still 20 times higher than low-risk regions. What makes Guangdong a hotbed? First, a deadly virus. 95% of adults carry the EB virus, but Guangdong has a villainous strain, BALF2KSTT. 80% of local NPC patients have this subtype, which boosts risk 11-fold. Unlike global strains, it thrives in Guangdong's humid climate and spreads easily through shared meals or kisses. Worse, cigarette smoke prevalent in areas like Sihui, where 90% of men smoke, activates the virus, creating a one-two punch. Then there's diet. Cantonese-style salted fish is a cultural staple, but its production holds a dark secret. Low-salt fermentation in warm, damp air creates nitrosamines, a group 1 carcinogen. Studies link regular consumption to a 50 to 650% higher NPC risk. Even children exposed to salted fish in early life face elevated risks decades later. Add local water with high nickel levels, proven carcinogenic in animal tests, and the environment becomes a breeding ground. The carcinogenic mechanism of nitrosamines has been confirmed repeatedly. They damage cell DNA, and long-term accumulation may induce cancer. Guangdong's climate, however, provides perfect conditions for nitrosamine formation. Warmth promotes bacterial reproduction. Dampness extends fermentation time, and the combination increases carcinogen levels in salted fish. Genes seal the deal. Researchers from the Chinese Academy of Sciences identified 11 NPC-linked gene loci in Guangdong populations. Even overseas descendants of Cantonese people have higher rates than local residents. Families with an NPC history face a 10.4% recurrence risk, proof that genes amplify the impact of environmental factors. These gene loci are like susceptibility switches. When people carrying these genes are exposed to risk factors like the EB virus or salted fish, the switches may be activated, significantly increasing the probability of illness. This is also a key reason for the high incidence among people in Guangdong and Cantonese descendants. But there's hope. Early detection and treatment are key. Early signs like blood-tinged mucus or tinnitus are often mistaken for allergies or rhinitis. In fact, simple tests can screen for NPC EB virus. Blood tests catch infections early, and nasal endoscopes detect tumors at stage 1. Prevention is simple. Reduce intake of salted and pickled foods like salted fish. Quit smoking, and use serving chopsticks during meals. These practices can effectively reduce the risk of EB virus transmission and exposure to carcinogens. Using serving chopsticks is not just a hygiene habit, but also an effective way to block EB virus transmission. The virus can spread through saliva, and not using serving chopsticks during shared meals increases the risk of cross-infection. The 80% myth is debunked, but Guangdong's high NPC risk is real. It's the result of the combined effects of virus, diet, and genes. For people in high-risk areas, screening isn't optional, it's a necessary measure for survival. Understanding risks, taking preventive measures, and getting screened in time, arming yourself with knowledge is the best way to tackle health challenges.